Being in Sync 366 video series is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Staying calm in the midst of chaos. So, for those of you who don't know my entire life history, as you wouldn't know, why would you? Because I haven't told it all. But I grew up in a very dynamic and very vocal um, family. To argue and to have conflict was a natural part of our day. Very Italian, very vocal. You could say something and you just move on after you say it. It was not held against you, if you will. So I really didn't have an issue with voicing my opinions or conflict because that was something that I could really see the value of people expressing. Even though you don't like what they're expressing, people expressing is always better than people not expressing. In my book, in my way of existence, people who tend to hold things in, it always comes out. And when it comes out, that's when the chaos begins. So I wanted to talk about chaos because I have been a consultant for conflict management um, for over 20 years. And so I have a lot of experience with managing big crises, managing uh, issues, both personal and professional, and the personal that leaks into the professional types of issues for many years. And the reason is because I have always, even though I can get feisty, I always stay calm and true to what I believe is that we're all just a reflection of one another. And so when somebody is when there are situations where there's chaos, I've always been that type of person. Not that I like drama, I'm just used to it. And I'm not in resonance with drama. But if there's an emergency or a situation, and I'm in the vicinity, I'm usually the person that drops in, creates a shield, if you will, of calmness and creates direction until emergency services get there, if that's the case, or in terms of teams and such. I'm that person that goes in there and just like creates the direction towards peace. That's always been what I've done, even though a lot of people don't think that's what I do. Because somebody like me who disrupts chaos um, and does not allow for chaos to disrupt me, that can be a very hostile environment for somebody to go in. Um, do I like it? No, but I actually really knowing, excuse me, really knowing what your skill sets are. I just know who I am and what I'm here for, and I don't shy away from it at all. Um, I really love people to come into their heart space and to have real meaningful, and I can well up just thinking about it because that opens my heart even more. It makes me more compassionate, more understanding, and it just aligns us all more into what I believe we are is just here to heal and to grow and to expand into this amazing thing called life. But you can't do that when you're in chaos because chaos is the antithesis of loving life. I mean, who the hell loves drama? I mean, you might be used to drama, but I mean, you might be disoriented when you're not in drama, and therefore think you like drama. It's not about liking drama. Drama and chaos and gossiping and talking about other people and disrupting flow. That is all what I consider anti-life. Anti-life is an energy force. It is strong. You're here on the planet. It is here. But you don't have to contribute to that. So how do you be the calm in the chaos? The first thing is you must be aligned to your truth within. And to do that, you must have your heart open even when you're being attacked. That doesn't mean you are being vulnerable with those who are attacking you. It means that you do not allow those who are hurling um, harsh words, gossip towards you. You don't allow it to absorb into your field. Now, projections are real, and projections are casts of thoughts, and they can get stuck in your field if you are not having an open heart, and that will make your life much more challenging. So the key to being calm in chaos is an open heart. And that doesn't require a lot of energy, but it does require some attention. So all you have to do is nobody needs to know that you're doing this, but you could tap your heart, you just breathe into your heart, and it's about having an intention to have an open heart. When you have an open heart, things don't stick to you like they do when you have a closed heart. When you're closed and somebody's hurling things at you or being nasty towards you, you will accept that. Because part of that might resonate with how you feel about yourself, but that's another video. For this particular instance, is to be in your heart and be to the best of your ability. You always just do your best. Be a compassionate witness. And compassionate witness means you're an observer. And I used to teach my clients this all the time. Um, become a master observer. If you can become a master observer, you will not be in ego. You will not be in judgment. You may have preferences, but you cannot be attached to those preferences. And that will keep you in observer mode. A compassionate observer or compassionate witness is that you have your heart opened. Um, and then you can be a compassionate witness to whatever chaos you are experiencing. So a month or two ago, or when, I don't even know, I've done so many videos now. There was a kid that was hit on a bike, and I told the whole story about this kid that went in, got hit by a car. There was about 10 of these little, um, I call them the wheelie crews around here in our neighborhood. And they like to do wheelies up and down the block. And that's what they do for fun. And it's really cute. But there's a whole crew of them. The wheelie crew, one of them got hit by a car in the neighborhood. And so then all of, like, let's just say 8 of the bikers, nobody was around the kid that got hit by the car. The kid is on the floor. Nobody's touching him. Nobody's doing anything. The woman that hit the kid was in her own state of chaos. And then there was now a crowd forming of neighbors, all adults, and nobody doing anything. So I went in and I directed and stayed there until a health practitioner or a nurse got there, and then I removed myself. But my point is that nobody was doing anything, and there was another potential accident about to happen. And because when people are in shock, when people are in chaos, when people are in drama, when their systems, their nervous systems are activated and they're in fight or flight, and they don't know what to do, they get stuck. So that's when you need somebody who's calm to come in, be a compassionate witness, and do what you can do to help make the situation progress in the right direction, which is that kid needed an emergency. He didn't want to go to a hospital. He didn't want to have sirens. So this little kid was telling everybody, don't call anybody. I was like, you're 12. When does a 12-year-old get to dictate what's going to happen to his well-being? I know times have changed, and I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, but that makes no sense to me. And these kids need to be out of the street. So long story short, I'm not saying that I am the savior by any means, not at all. But what I am saying is that when you are able to be the calm in the storm, you will see the bigger picture. You will see things differently. And as you see things differently, you can direct energy differently. You can save lives, literally. You can help people move through traumas like that because once that safe space is created through compassionate witnessing, it changes the energy of everybody in the situation. Now, I have used this technique for as long as I can remember, for over 20 years. And this thing called observer consciousness, um, compassionate witnessing, it works with every team I've ever worked with, ever, ever. And it works because you see, sense, and feel things very differently within a group dynamic. I can go into any group in crisis where the team members hate each other. And by the end of that meeting, I have them in communication. Why? Not because they like each other. This is not about liking everybody. If you think everybody's going to like you, get that out of your mind. Everybody wants to be liked, sure. But if that is your driving force, what I would say is start liking yourself. If you need people to like you need to start liking yourself. What is it that you don't like? What is it that you don't love? And start embracing who you are. Start accepting who you are. Because when you accept who you are, you can accept that you're not for everybody. I know look at my YouTube. I don't have hundreds of thousands of people following me. I don't care about that. I would love more people to be in sync. I would love more people to think like I do with open and honest communication, but that's just not the world we live in. So I take the handful of people that are interested in what I do, and I love them unconditionally into their own healing space as much as I can. And I appreciate them, I accept them. And if they don't resonate with me or what I say, then I'm okay with that, because I know what I am here to do on this earth is not for everybody. And people have a very strong, sometimes hateful, I would even say murderous energy towards people like me because it's not unique to me. Um, and that is unfortunate for them, but we're all here to teach each other different ways to come into alignment with what we're here to do on this planet. And compassionate witnessing is 100 million percent one of those things that everybody here who wants to thrive needs to learn how to do. Because when you are in compassionate witnessing, you are calm. When you are in compassionate witnessing, you are not in your ego. You are accepting and willing, and you are and do become a channel for the frequency of love. You cannot do it from your mind. You cannot think your way through things. It's crazy. I think people try to use their mind to create everything, and you guys are delusional. Stop thinking that your thoughts are everything. They're not. Your thoughts are not your power place, okay? You were told incorrectly. You have been conditioned incorrectly. If you want to be in your power, it's all in your heart. So that's how you be calm in the midst of chaos. All right. I hope you found this helpful and interesting. It's Sunday here, and I just finished my morning meditation. Then I had breakfast, and then now I'm having coffee, and I am mentally preparing for the week. I have, and I do this by looking at what my calendar is, who I'm going to be meeting with, what things that I might need to do to prepare, what new clients are on my list, and how those conversations will evolve. And I don't think like I'm trying to create results this way. This is just how I prepare by seeing, sensing, and feeling into what's occurring for my week. And then I will do a little cold plunge. I'll do my sauna blanket. I'll do some self care. Sunday for me traditionally is a day where there are no plans. This is my preference. There's nothing scheduled in the day at all on a Sunday. I have done this for as long as I can. Of course, every once in a while there's an exception. But on Sunday, in general terms, I don't schedule a dang thing. I try to let the whole day be free flowed. If not Sunday, then I do that on Saturday. There's always one day out of my week where there's absolutely unequivocally nothing scheduled. And you will notice when you start doing this that people will want to schedule with you on that day and they'll want to overtake your day. And I would suggest if you're just starting this, hold the boundary because it's it becomes your sacred time, and you can't have sacred time without having boundaries. Um, and and know this that there are people that will work against you unconsciously or consciously coming into your full power. People like to derail others. We have a whole media system that works to derail people from the truth. So if you don't think that's happening in your microcosm of the macrocosm, think again. We really do need to create that sacred space for ourselves. And for me, that means no schedule on a particular day at all. Nothing. Nobody could get anything in on the day that I have ordained or scheduled for myself as a nothing day. And you will notice that people will try to schedule you, whether it's a girlfriend wants to go for a walk, or somebody wants to meet a coffee, or oh, somebody's coming in from out of town. You can just make this exception. No. When you are starting this, no exceptions. That day, once you have chosen that day, it doesn't change. And you might think this is harsh, but it's not harsh when you're creating your inner sanctum and your space for calm and clarity and reflection and self care. Those things are primary over anybody else's opinion. And everybody's got an opinion, and a lot of people will give it without asking. So, if that's the case, it's none of their business what you do. You're busy. That's all you need. Can't do it that day. What about this day? Oh, I won't be available that day. Okay, well, sorry. And you have to be okay with saying, okay, that's okay with me. I'm sorry, we'll find another time. Next time you come into town. Now, I have had those situations, and people get very angry, very hostile. They want what they want when they want it. And if they can't have it when they want it, then they get angry and they lash out. So just be prepared for the lash out. And the most important thing is to be a compassionate witness when the crazy happens. Just be a compassionate witness and let it roll off. This is a skill. You are developing skills for being in sync. Every single one of these skills that I am providing you is aligned with the natural laws of how energy flows in organic ways. Cheers to being in sync. I am Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. Have a great day.